All right. So, Jose, do I have your permission to record this interaction today?
You do.
Fantastic. If you'd like a copy of our privacy notice, that's available for download from our website at mursion.com/privacy notice.
Okay.
Now, let's get into the logistics of our session here. Um, you'll have around 15 minutes in the simulator to run this scenario, and time permitting, we may be able to run through portions of the simulation again. At the
Okay.
end of the simulation, I'll return and I'll guide you through a reflection of your experience.
Okay.
And if at any point you're feeling overwhelmed or for some reason you can't continue the simulation, you can pause it by saying pause simulation. And I'll return and I can address any of your concerns.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Uh, Now, these students that you're going to see today, they can all write, they can raise their hand, they participate in pair and share. However, if you ask the avatars to do something outside the limitations of the program, like a choral response or a thumbs up or a conga line around the classroom, they'll tell you, principal says we can't do that, and that's just your cue to move on.
Okay.
If you have any technical problems during the simulation, again, you can just ask for me, Nina, and I'll pop in and address it for you.
Okay. Just be like
Now,
Nina. I need help.
yeah, or you can say specifically what it is, and I might be able to do it without having to exit from the classroom.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, a few questions for you. First of all, are you going to be teaching a subject from our provided list, or have you brought your own material?
I brought my own.
And what will you be teaching the students today?
I'm gonna be teaching them about line plot and basically how to put our data on a line plot from least to greatest.
Fantastic. And what's your selected level of intensity? Would you like a low intensity or medium?
This is my first time, so I guess
Let's
low.
go
Just
low. Yeah,
yeah, just to get a feel for it, because I'm kind of nervous, but I'm trying to get in there and just do it.
absolutely. Just as a reminder, these students will not have any prior knowledge of that material. So you're going to be teaching this like it is day one of that content.
Okay. Question. I know that I in my lesson involves like measuring objects. What I put on my notes, I put already like beforehand, I put how much each object is supposed to be measure out to. Um, is that knowledge already going to be given to them? Is that going to be given to them already, or?
No, they have no information about this subject at all.
Okay. So in that case, would they be allowed to do that? Can we measure it together and then would I have to
If
give them an answer kind of?
You'll have to give them the answer. Yeah, they won't be able to do any measuring.
Okay. Alrighty
You can
then.
say, let's measure this together, and then you provide the answer, but yeah, they don't have those tools with them.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good then.
All right, and as a reminder, your goal of this scenario is to successfully engage all students in an on topic group discussion while eliciting student thinking in your selected content area. Do you have any final questions for me?
Um, no, I guess let's just do it.
All right, thanks so much. As soon as you see the students appear, the simulation will have begun. Good luck,
Okay.
and remember, this is a training simulation, so it's a great opportunity to take some risks and stretch yourself.
Alrighty. Sounds great.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. How is everybody doing today?
Oh, good afternoon. I really like that color in your hair. It kind of looks like a little fire, like you got too close to a candle. Are
Thank
you
you,
okay?
Jayla. Yeah, I'm great. I love your hair too, by the way. It looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just got my braids redone.
Nice, nice. How's everybody else doing? Will, Emily, Carlos, Mina, how's are you guys doing?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, thank you.
Good. That's awesome. What
Yeah.
about you? Awesome, awesome. All right. So before we get into the lesson, we're gonna talk today about line plots. Okay. So before we jump in, does anybody here know what a line plot is? By a show of hands, can we see a show of hands if you know what a line plot is? No, nobody? Okay, so we actually take a look around the room. You guys, we have one in the back of our classroom. It's right on top of the board that's in the back. Carlos, do you see it?
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. I see that with the like the numbers.
Correct. Yes. If everybody can just turn their head for 2 seconds and look back to the line plot that we have on top of the board, that's what we're going to be working on today. Does everybody see it? Emily, do you see it?
Sorry, hold on.
So we're looking at the back of the classroom on top of the board. We have an example of line plots.
Yeah.
All right. So is anybody familiar with this or no?
A little bit, but uh, no, it kind of looks like a graph.
A graph? Yeah, it actually is a graph. So what a line plot is a line plot is actually a graph, like Carlos mentioned, that shows the frequency of data along a number line. Does anybody know what a number line is? By a show of hands, can somebody give me the answer? Okay. So a number line is actually a line that has numbers on it and they're marked by intervals. All right.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, awesome. That sounds good. So that means everybody's on the right track. All right. So today, what we're going to do is that we're actually going to work with a couple of objects that I've pre selected for you guys. We're going to work with a textbook, a copy paper, a marker, a pencil, and a reading book. So, what we're going to do is that we're actually going to take measurement of every object that we have, and we're going to place it on a line plot from least to greatest. How does that sound, everybody?
Oh, that sounds pretty fun.
Will, Will,
Yeah.
how's that sounding to you, Will?
I don't know. Okay, I guess.
All right, well, how about we sit up and let's get enthusiastic about it. Emily, are you with us?
Mm,
Emily?
yes. Okay.
All right. All right, so now that I have everybody's undivided attention, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna begin. So we're gonna take measurements together, okay? Sounds good? Can I get a hands up if we're everybody's in talk with that? Good? Awesome. All right. So the first object that we're gonna have our textbook. Okay. Everybody sees the textbook. Can anybody tell me what shape this textbook is? Any volunteers? Mina?
Yes, I would call that a rectangle.
That is correct. That is a rectangle. Can anybody tell me why this is a rectangle? Why would we consider this a rectangle? Let me hear from Jayla.
It's a rectangle because well, it's got four sides and um two like the opposite sides are the same size, but
Uh,
not all four are the same size. Does
that's
that make
awesome.
sense?
Yes, you got it right on the money. All right. So that's what it is a rectangle because we have opposite sides are equal. Okay. And it is in the shape of a square. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually measure the length of our rectangle. Okay. So if we get our ruler, we have our ruler. Does anybody know where do we start from on a ruler? Do we start from one or we start from zero?
Oh, well,
Anybody?
you can I
Yes,
I
Carlos?
actually like to start at um sometimes I like to start at 1 because the edge can be kind of hard to find, but usually you would start at 0.
Okay, so yes, we do have to start at 0 because we do have all of these intervals that do count before that 1. Okay, so we always have to make sure we start at 0. I know it can be a little tough sometimes because of the edges and things of that nature, but we must start at 0. Okay, everybody good?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start at 0 and we're going to actually take it from the edge to right here to the edge. All right, so what we're getting right here, can everybody see? Yes? All right, awesome. So what we're gonna get here is if we look from 0 to the edge, it'll come out to 10 and a half. So that means that our textbooks, the length is 10 and a half inches long, correct? Everybody with me? Yes? All right, so on a piece of paper, we're actually gonna write, we're gonna record our measurements, okay? So we're gonna write here, down here, we're gonna put TB. That's gonna stand for textbook, okay? And then for textbook, we're gonna put 10 and a half inches long. All right? Everybody good? Whenever you're done writing, just look up at me so I know that everybody's with me, okay? Awesome, great. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go on to our next object, okay? Our next object is gonna be a piece of paper, all right? Can anybody tell me what shape this is? Any volunteers?
Isn't it the same shape?
What is that, Will? I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Isn't it the same shape as the book?
That's actually correct. And why would you consider it the same shape?
Um, because like not all four sides are the same, but the ones
Awesome, yes.
across from each other are.
Yeah, you're totally correct. You're totally right. That's awesome. So our piece of paper is a rectangle, all right? So we're gonna get our handy dandy ruler again and we're gonna measure it, okay? Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Can I get a nod? Yep, awesome. All right, so we're gonna start off from 0 because we have to start off from 0, right? Not from 1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome, okay. So we're gonna start off from 0 and we're gonna come up to here. We'll have it all the way from the corner. It's gonna be 11 inches. Can everybody see that? So we have from corner to corner, 11 inches, okay? So we're gonna write down on our piece of paper as well so that we can keep track of all of our measurements so that when it's time to put it on the line plot, we know exactly the way it's gonna go from least to greatest. All right, when everybody's done writing, look up at me so I know that we're all done. You okay there, Carlos?
Oh, yeah. I just my mom was texting me, so I had to um handle that.
Okay. Um, let's just try not to be on the phone, okay? If we have an emergency, your mom can call the front office and we'll be able to handle that, okay? They'll call us over and we'll be able to get in touch, okay? Sounds good?
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, awesome. Did you write down already how much our copy paper is? Our piece of paper? Did you write it down on your piece of paper?
Oh, no, I missed it. Sorry. What
Alrighty,
was
let's do
it?
that. It was 11 inches, and we're gonna write that down, okay? So put copy paper, 11 inches. Everybody else, we have it on our piece of paper? Yes? Can I get a nod if we do? Yes? Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our next item, okay? Our next item is gonna be a marker, okay? So does anybody know what shape we would consider this?
Um,
Anybody? Nina, you wanna take a chat?
would it also be a rectangle?
So it may look like a rectangle just because we have different sides of measurements, but I guess it can be between a rectangle and about a sphere so that we have, because it has that little circular at the ends, right?
Yeah, I would say it's sort of like an oval.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, yeah, because we have the shape that goes like this and the oval shape. So yeah, it's a little weird shape, but we're gonna go with oval, okay? All right, so we're gonna get our handy dandy ruler, right? So that we can get our measurements, correct? All right. Where are we gonna start off from? Will, what number are we starting off from on our ruler?
0.
Zero, correct. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna start off from zero, and then we're gonna bring it over from edge to edge. We're looking at 5 inches. Okay, so on our piece of paper, we're gonna write down 5 inches. All right. So we're gonna write marker, and then we're gonna write 5 inches. All right. So everybody, write on your papers. Okay. When everybody's done, just take a look up at me so that I can know to move on. All right. Awesome. Is everybody good for now? Any questions? Yes, Emily?
Are we going to get to draw these?
We actually are gonna get to draw a line plot. Yes, we are. So as soon as we're done collecting all of our data, we're all gonna individually draw a line plot, okay? So that we can put our data on our line plots. Sounds great?
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so we're gonna get our next object, which is gonna be a pencil. We use these every day for school, right? All the time, right? We're using them right now to write down our data, right? Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go on here, and where are we gonna start from, Mina? What number are we gonna start from?
At 0.
At zero, correct? Yes. Okay. So let's go from zero, and then we're gonna look. Can everybody see? Yes. Awesome. Okay. So our pencil actually measures out to 5.5. Okay. So on our piece of paper, we're gonna write down 5.5. We're gonna write pencil 5.5. All right. All right. And whenever you're done, just let me look up so I know that we're all ready to move on. Awesome. Great. All righty. So our last and final object that we're going to be working with is our reading book. Okay. Can anybody tell me what shape this is? Jayla, you want to take a shot?
Um, I uh it feels like a trick question, but I would say it's also a rectangle.
You're totally right. It is a rectangle. Carlos, can you tell me why it's a rectangle?
Uh, because it has um parallel sides that are even. Um, is I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it that a square can be a rectangle, or is it that a rectangle can be a square?
So a rectangle can be a square because if we have a square is four sides and they're all equal. All right. We have all equal sides on a square. Now the rectangle, we have opposite sides that are equal and then opposite sides that are equal. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Make sense? All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get our handy dandy ruler and we're gonna measure this one, okay? All right. So we're gonna measure again from our.
Do you think that we could draw like in
Emily, do you have a
different
question?
color? Because oh,
Emily,
um,
you have a
no,
question?
I was just asking Jayla a question.
Oh, what was the question? I can probably help you.
Um, I well, use a different color ink when we're making our line chart?
Yeah, we can definitely use a different color ink so that we can be able to differentiate all of our data.
Oh, that
So
sounds
yeah,
like a fun idea. Do you have one of those pens that does like all the different inks?
on me I do not have one, but we can definitely look into that for the future, and we can get a class set for them, and we can all use them, and we can have a
Oh, that
decorative line
sounds
plot.
like
Sounds
fun.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, for today we're just gonna work with black. Okay, that sound fine?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right. So Emily, what number are we gonna start off with in our ruler?
Um, 0.
Awesome. That is totally correct. All right, so we're gonna start off from 0 and we're gonna bring it up to edge. Edge to edge. Remember, we always measure from edge to edge, okay? All right. Carlos, what are you writing down?
Oh, I was just writing down notebook.
Notebook? Okay, awesome. All right, so we're gonna write so our measurements here, we're gonna from edge to edge, it's gonna come out to 8.5 inches, okay? So we're gonna write down on our piece of paper, we're gonna put reading book and we're gonna put 8.5 inches, okay?
Oh, a reading book. I was wrong.
It's fine, it's fine. You could just cross out notebook and write reading book. No big deal.
Okay.
All right, so whenever you guys are done, just look up at me so that I know everybody's ready to move on, okay? Awesome. We're all good. Can I get a head shake? Awesome. Okay, so that was actually our last object.
Oops. It is time for us to reflect. I got caught up in watching that class.
I hope that's a good thing.
So let's break this down real quick. How do you think the students are feeling about that lesson?
I felt like so far they were, grasping it. I had their attention. I kind of lost a couple at first, but I made sure to like try to redirect them back into focus, and so that we're all on the same page there.
Definitely, yeah. I would say that that was there was a strategy that you utilized well instead of, you know, embarrassing them or calling them out. You sort of just redirected. Now, if you
Okay.
had the chance to do this again, is there anything you'd like to improve on?
Um, I kind of feel like I should have kind of moved a little bit quicker because I didn't really get through the whole lesson. But I feel like I don't know. I felt for as nervous as I was, I felt like I kind of did all right. I felt like once I actually started, I was a little bit more comfortable with it. So
Definitely. I think the anticipation's always a little worse.
yeah.
Do you feel like you were able to build some rapport with these students?
Build some what? I'm sorry.
Rapport?
As in like a connection with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a little. Yeah, I felt like they were my students. Honestly, like I felt like we were. It was just another day in the classroom, and we were just going through a lesson.
Wonderful. All right, last question for you. I want to know one thing that you're taking away from this experience that you'll use the next time you face a similar situation in real life.
Well, for the example, like the texting with Carlos, he kind of took me by surprise at first with that one. I wasn't expecting that. So I kind of when I kind of got stuck on that to like what I should have responded, but thought of something quick. So like just I guess like paying attention to the students and like trying to, be able to teach and look at what they're doing as well. So I guess that's a big thing that us as teachers need to focus on so that we have everybody's undivided attention.
I'd agree. Yeah, there's a lot of multitasking that you maybe wouldn't imagine that teachers really
Yeah,
have to do. You're
right,
juggling
exactly.
all the plates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That concludes your scenario. Thank you so much for participating and enjoy the rest of your day.
I just have one question. Where would
Yeah, of course.
how would I access my video?
Yeah, so you should be getting an email when it's ready, and it'll be available in the portal, the same place where you signed up for the session.
Okay, awesome. And then I'll be able to like drag it and be able to submit it, right?
I believe so, yeah. You'll have to download it, I think.
Awesome. Sounds great then. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.